Guys, be smart. Kick the habit. Put it out before it puts you out. We've heard these phrases 100 times, but the habit can be hard to kick. Our sponsor, Fume, is here to help. Fume is a natural diffusive device with an adjustable airflow dial and a magnetic end cap. Their new version 2 model is snappy and tactile. Your fingers will always have something to do. Fume's had thousands of 5-star reviews from people just like you who found success when other solutions didn't work. Head to tryfume.com/Chael or scan the QR code and use code Chael to save 10% off when you get the Journey Pack today. The Journey Pack comes with 3 unique flavors and the new version 2 Fume to help kickstart your positive habits. That's tryfume, F-U-M.com. Use the code Chael. That's going to save you 10% off your entire order, or just click on the link below. Cameos over the weekend, Nate and Nate Diaz. Interesting. Seems simple, right? It seems simple. You're sitting at home, you're watching the show, they pop up, crowd goes crazy. You probably think, oh, that's kind of cool. You don't see the Diaz brothers together a lot. And there they are. What do you make of that? Nothing? You probably moved on with your day. You probably thought, what a cool moment, and you moved on with your day. Let's not move on. Let's back up. Why did they show them? It's a big deal. Television time and every single second, every single moment is very well thought out. Why did they show them? How did they know where they were? How did they know where to put the camera? I know somebody saw it. No, it's not that easy. It's not that easy. Those were special tickets. Those are what you call comp tickets, which means somebody within the office gave them to the Diaz brothers. They assigned them. They put them there. They told the camera crew that knew when to flash to them. Sounds simple, right? It's not simple. Big name within our industry. I'm going to leave his name out because I don't want to embarrass him. He's a great guy, good friend of mine. Was doing nothing more than his job. He did nothing more than his job, and he did his job really well. Part of that was caught on camera. And he was so consistent, he had such a good energy that while being caught on camera, they viewed it as a distraction from the product that they're trying to promote. They fired him. Fired him. It's a big deal who goes on camera. It's a big deal who goes on your product. When you're the one buying the airtime, they put the Diaz boys in special seats that they gave them. Before you dismiss what I'm saying, Francis Ngannou lives in Las Vegas. Francis Ngannou watched the fight. We know that because Francis Ngannou tweeted about the fight. Don't you think he'd rather be there? Don't you think he'd rather be at the fight live? But he couldn't call the office and he couldn't get the seat. Or if he did, they told him no. It's a big deal the Diaz boys were there. So what do you want to make of it? What do we know about Nick? Nick, according to Nick, wants to fight again. He wants to fight in the UFC. He made this very clear. He wants to do it at 185 pounds. He had even called out Israel Adesanya. It was an interesting call out because Nick called Adesanya out after Adesanya had lost. So it wasn't that he was calling for a championship fight. He called out Adesanya specifically. I'm not trying to build something there. I'm just reminding you. I'm giving you a time frame. We know that Nick is still under contract because of that call out. We know that Nate is not. We know that Nate is not because he made a very big deal of it. He made it very clear he's going to exhaust his contract. He did that a while ago. Last minute replacement. They tried to do Chimaev, big melee. Chimaev misses weight. It comes in Ferguson. I'm just reminding you. I'm just giving you a time frame. My own prediction is that most likely for Nate's next fight, most likely, I think it's in the UFC. I've always thought that. There has always been a misunderstanding when the audience hears free agent. When the audience hears free agent, for some reason, their mind believes that that means open everywhere except here. But it doesn't. It means open everywhere, including here. Okay. So Nate's got all sorts of talks, right? Talks with Floyd Mayweather going on, talks with Jake Paul, talks with Logan Paul. Nate's in high demand. Talk that he was going to start his own promotion that was going to do everything from grappling to boxing to kickboxing to MMA all in one event. But they put him on the UFC's camera. He doesn't live there. There's some level of travel. There's some level of coordination. He didn't walk through the front doors and get swarmed by fans. He came in through the back gate. He came in through the back doors, which takes a level of organization, which takes a level of relationship. A bridge that is clearly not burned. But what do you make of that? It's a great juxtaposition that I just gave you that Francis Ngannou, of course, he's a fan, of course. He lives there in Las Vegas. It takes no coordination. It just takes having a relationship at the office where they put the ticket on will call. That's it. And they didn't do it. And I don't think anybody snuffed Francis. I don't think that Francis even asked. I'm just sharing for you. What do you make of it? What do you think the Diaz's are going to do? Why do you think they put him on camera? The crowd still likes him. I thought it was one of the hotter moments of the night, right? I mean, you've got Tom Brady sitting in the crowd. You have Conor McGregor, and Conor, he was like getting felt up. It was almost a comical scene. They got some guy that they call the Bus. You got Stipe Miocic. I mean, this was a who's who. It really was. It was an extremely hot night. And in spite of all of that, the loudest reception that I could hear through my TV speakers in Westland, Oregon, is when they flashed the Diaz boys, who allegedly aren't fighting with the company anymore. Are they just the only ones in history that have not done it the organization's way, but also didn't piss anyone off? We're not going to do what you want. We're not under contract. We don't have something booked. Oh, by the way, put two of the best seats in the house on reserve because we're coming in. Maybe. Maybe. That might be exactly what happened. Well, I'll just tell you, it's a surprise. There was a time Randy Couture, and I can't remember all of the details, but I'll get you real close. There was a time that Randy Couture was having a push and pull with the UFC, but Randy's son was under contract. Now, don't forget, Extreme Couture. I mean, you got champions training there. That is a massive mega gym where all sorts of people on the card, but including your main events and your champion, are coming from that gym. And something said in the media that he can't even buy a ticket. This was said, he can't even buy a ticket. If he buys a ticket and he enters the building, I will have him removed by security. Can't remember all the details, but I have that right. And the Diaz boys popped up. Everyone just likes them? Is that it? No hard feelings? Bygones are by. Is that it? I don't know. It would surprise me. It would be a first. I know they were on camera. I know I liked it. I know you guys liked it. But what does it mean? That's the question.